Hi artists, it's me again. This is Mickey and I'm a teacher at Kimberly High School. I teach art and I'm just here to do some art with you today, do some drawing. And I know that there's something special going on and for Fox Crossing Park and Rec, and that's an ice cream social. So today we're gonna draw some ice cream. How's that look? Now, the fun thing about today's drawing is you can make it however you want. You get to pick what flavors you like. You get to pick what you want on it. I know on my original, I have mint chip ice cream with strawberry sauce and chocolate with butterscotch sauce and vanilla ice cream with chocolate with sprinkles. There's a banana. This is one of those really good crunchy cookie things that people stick in ice cream sometimes. And then of course we can't forget the spoon, right? Because otherwise how would we eat it, right? So I'm going to give you a step-by-step way that we can draw this bowl of ice cream. All right, here we go. I'm gonna point you at my paper and you just draw right along with me. And if I go too fast, remember that you can pause the video and then catch up. So I'm gonna start by drawing kind of like a big wide smile. This is going to be my bowl for the ice cream. So I'm gonna start like that, and then I'm going to put a line coming across. I kind of scoop that down just a little bit. I also want my bowl to be sitting on a table. So I'm going to draw the table line. Oh, I got a little wiggly there. I caught my elbow on the table, see? Sometimes the teachers mess up too, don't they? All right, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna start drawing the scoops of ice cream. So I'm gonna do one scoop here and I'm gonna start just like that. Then I'm going to do another scoop next to it. Notice that I'm leaving a space right here, aren't I? That's because that's where I'm gonna add where the ice cream is kind of piling up in front of the bowl. I think that makes that look nice. So I'm going to do my third scoop right over here. And the good news about scoops is they don't need to be shaped very perfectly. Now I'm going to pretend that this scoop is in front. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna almost like draw like a little cloud. I'm pretending like if you drew clouds in the sky, how might those clouds look? And if you want, you could even have it kind of drooping over the edge of the bowl a little bit. Then I'm gonna have this scoop go in front of that one. So again, I'm just gonna make kind of a cloud there for that one. And then I'm going to do another one on this scoop of ice cream. So we'll have a little here. This one I am going to let the cloud of ice cream kind of drip right over the side. I might add a few little wiggly lines, just kind of showing that that's all that extra piled up ice cream happening. Now the next thing that I would like to do is to add toppings on the ice cream. So I don't want to just put a straight line for the chocolate sauce. I'm going to pretend that it's kind of dripping and running on the ice cream. And of course, we just don't want it all perfect and straight. Same with this one. I'm just going to kind of put a wiggly, scoopy line on that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this scoop. Now I get to have fun adding all sorts of things to this sundae. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is add a cherry on top, because you always have to have a cherry on top of your ice cream, right? Then, if you'd like a banana, now you don't have to, but if you want one, like a banana split, I could just kind of pretend I have a peeled banana that maybe is inside of this bowl. And I'm going to add just those little kind of stripy lines. Right now it looks like a pickle, but when we color it in, we can make it look more like a banana. Unless you want a pickle on your ice cream, you might. Some people like that kind of thing, right? Now on this one, I'm going to add some whipped cream. So on this one, I think I'm going to do just kind of a curvy sort of a pile that's happening here. And on the top, I'm even going to add like a little curly Q. That can be my whipped cream. Then what else do I want to add? Oh, I know. Let's make the bowl not so boring. I'm going to add some designs. Now on my original, you'll see that I added kind of like sideways S's and made them squiggly. Now that's kind of hard to do. So if you want, we could just do stripes. I think I might for this. I might just do a stripe, maybe a wavy stripe. A little bit wavy stripe, and that might be the design of my bowl. But you get to decide because it's yours. You could even put your initial on here, anything to decorate it. I don't know, you could put like, I don't know, Pokemon on there if you want. All right, I am going to add a spoon coming up, but I'm not going to show the whole spoon. I'm only going to show the handle. So I'm going to pretend that that spoon is just kind of coming from behind this scoop. I am going to add some little fancy S designs on my spoon. So I have to kind of reverse them like that. If you want to get really fancy, like if you're older and you're thinking, oh, this is too easy, I want to make it fancier, we could show the side view of the spoon. So I just kind of put a side view in there. Then the other thing that I did add last time was one of those cookie, I think they're called pirouettes or something, but they're these little cookie things. It could even be a candy cane. Some people like that in their ice cream too. But I'm going to just kind of put one of those in my ice cream because they're delicious. I do really like those. I'll pretend it's kind of rolled up. So that's my basic drawing of my ice cream. Now you can add all sorts of other stuff. I know I did forget the chocolate chips and the sprinkles. I'm going to do that with my marker right away too. So sprinkles, I'm just going to go all different directions with these little sprinkles. And of course, I'm going to color them in very colorfully because we all like that. Over here I'm going to pretend this is mint chip ice cream, or it could even just be regular chocolate chip, whatever you like. What I do for that is kind of like little triangles, little rectangles. Whatever you do, don't make them all matchy-matchy and perfect. We want it to look like the chips are just kind of buried within the ice cream, right? All right, let's talk about coloring it, all right? On the original, I have layers of color. I don't know if you can see, but like the chocolate is darker there and then gets lighter. Even the vanilla, I colored it white with a white crayon, and then I colored yellow onto the white crayon to make it look as much like vanilla as I could get it to. For this cookie, I colored both yellow and brown. Now, if you watched any of our other videos that we've done for this, we talked about layering and blending our crayons. Now, good old Crayola crayons or any brand are awesome. They work. They're art supplies. So we're going to be layering these to make it look really good. So here we go. I'm going to start with vanilla ice cream first. So you won't really be able to tell what I'm doing very much because I'm actually just coloring with a white crayon. So I'm coloring the ice cream part and the cloud parts of the ice cream down here with white. Just white, a whole bunch. Looks like I'm not even coloring at all, doesn't it? There we go. I think I have my white on there. But now what I'm going to do to make it look like vanilla is I'm going to come in with some yellow. And the places where I'm especially going to color the yellow is anywhere where I think the ice cream could be a little darker. So maybe along the edge of the bowl, maybe down here, maybe where this cloud overlaps that cloud. And you can see where I put the yellow, but now I'm going to come back with my white crayon and I'm going to scribble over the yellow because I want it all to kind of blend in nicely. There we go. All right. Next, let's talk about chocolate ice cream. So I'm going to have this scoop be chocolate. I'm just going to first color the whole thing brown. There, kind of goes there. But then what I'm going to do to make it look really good is I'm going to add some darker areas. So I'm going to add more brown, darker, right here next to the vanilla ice cream because that way it'll look like it's overlapping. Then I'm also going to get a little darker right here where the puffy part sticks out. So that looks darker than that part. I'm also going to get a little darker here next to that part. And then, guess what? White. I'm bringing back the white. And I'm going to layer and color with the white right over the brown just to make it look like it's ice cream. Makes it look a little more like it could melt. There. So that's how we can make our chocolate ice cream. Now for the mint ice cream, I mean, we don't want our ice cream to be this dark green because that would look more like leaves on a tree or something, right? And we wouldn't want to eat that. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to mix white with green to make it look a little more minty. So I'm going to just kind of color the ice cream greenish, but I'm not going too dark. I know I'm going to be adding some white in just a moment. And I'm going right over those chocolate chips. You know why? Because when I color those in nice and dark with the brown, they'll still look like chocolate chips. So I'm not getting too fussy about that part. Now, here comes the white. And I'm going to crank with that white right on top of that green. Kind of blends it together. And hopefully makes it look a little more like mint and a little less like leaves. There. And then, as I mentioned, I can always come back with the brown and add some chocolate in there. Yum. That's my favorite part of mint chip ice cream is the chocolate chips. There. Now, if I want to have chocolate sauce or whatever, I can just color it brown. I don't really need to match or mix the white. I have it there. In this case, I did red, but then I also kind of layered it with a pinkish color. I left my whipped cream white. And for this pineapple stuff, I kind of mixed orange and yellow because I thought the yellow just didn't look quite natural. It looked too lemony. Unless you want lemon sauce on your sundae, you might. That might be a thing, right? But what I did to make it look a little more butterscotchy is I just added a little orange to it like this. And then I can always go back and layer again with more yellow. I can also layer some white in there, can't I? Just to get it to look a little more real. Now, I don't want to make you have to watch me color in every single item. The only other things that I want to be sure to teach you or talk to you about are going to be the bowl, the shadow, and the spoon. Now the spoon, I'm going to color with white first, and then I'm going to blend some black into the white. All right, so let's start that. So I'm coloring my spoon handle white. There you go. And then I'm gonna break out some black, but I'm having more black toward the ice cream just so it looks like it's kind of, you know, casting a shadow on it a little bit. I'm just gonna be real light with my black. I'm getting a little darker on the side of the spoon. And then just like always, I'm bringing back the white crayon here. Sorry, I went off the screen a little. So I'm gonna crank over those two. Now, if you have a gray crayon, you can always color the spoon gray, can't you? I just didn't have one, so I had to make up my own. So I colored it with black and then and white, and I kind of went back and forth and layered it back and forth. Now I'm making my bowl be blue because I just think that way it'll really make the ice cream pop out on the bowl. Takes a long time to color this bowl. It's kind of big. See how messy I am? I'm really messy, but guess what? That's okay because as I layer the crayons and the colors, it suddenly looks neat. So all of my crayon drawings look messy at first, and then they look better and better the more that I layer the wax, the crayons. And by the way, if you have colored pencils at your house, you can very much do these same techniques with colored pencils. Now I'm going to add darker blue just toward the outside of the bowl. So this is a different shade of blue that I'm layering over that other shade of blue, and the more I'm coloring, the smoother it's starting to look. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really smoothing out, which is great. And I'm gonna do that at both ends of my bowl here because I want my bowl to look like it's kind of rounded. There we go. And then I want it to look a little bit lighter in the middle. So what I'm gonna do there is I am going to use white. So I'm gonna layer white over my blue in the center of the bowl. Again, try to smooth that out a little bit if I can. And I do go back and forth, so I'm gonna bring this back again. And I'll just keep alternating. Now, the shadow. The thing that looks kind of cool about this drawing is how the bowl casts a shadow on the table. In art, we have a special word for that, and we call it grounding the object. If you're drawing something and you want it to look really good, you want to make it look like it has a shadow on the ground. And that way it looks like it's truly setting on the surface of your table or the ground. So let's do grounding our bowl of ice cream here. So what I'm going to do is with my black, I'm going to make sideways strokes with my crayon. And I'm not going to go down too far, but I'm going to keep going sideways. I'm coming up around here. Just enough so that at least it looks like that bowl might be casting a shadow on the table. I'm going to do it on both sides. You could do it on just one side if you wanted to pretend the light was coming toward it, but I'm going to just kind of bring it over here a little too. And maybe just some light ones here. And the way you'll know it looks okay is if you kind of sit back and look at it from a distance and decide, oh, does it look like it's casting a shadow? And I think that looks kind of okay. I would just get a little darker, maybe right at the base of the bowl. So I'm just gonna get just a tad bit darker, really close to the bowl like that. So I didn't color every single thing. Again, you can do, you know, the cherry, the sauces, the sprinkles, any colors you want. I'm going to hang this up right here so you can see it close up. And of course, I will send a picture of it too if you want to copy it, which is just fine. But remember, it's your ice cream, so you get to make it the way you like it. So what is your favorite kind of ice cream? Want to know what mine is? I love peanut butter chocolate ice cream. I like chocolate ice cream that has like big hunks of peanut butter in it. Yum. Now I want some. And it's a nice hot day out today, so I'm getting ready for some ice cream. Well, enjoy your ice cream social and enjoy making art. It's been so good to hang out with you every once in a while, and I hope that you are all doing well and staying healthy. Have an awesome summer. Bye.